Hey everyone, Hiking Mule here, and it's been a long winter spending countless hours behind a desk, pounding away on the keyboard, so I'm ready for an escape. I'm ready for another backpacking trip, ready to step foot on a rocky trail where the stress of my daily life fades away and is replaced by the pure beauty, sounds, and smells of the backwoods. This year I'm picking a destination which has been just out of my reach until now, the Rae Lakes Loop. Since the booking of this trip includes some complexity in getting the permit, I'm putting together this short video to walk through that process so you know what to expect. Hopefully it provides some value in a fun way. Enjoy! The Rae Lakes Loop is located in the beautiful state of California, the home of Hollywood, sunshine, and the giant Sequoia and redwood trees. Of course, the one I'm most interested in is the Sierra Nevada mountain range. Located around the middle of the state, it runs just about 400 miles from north to south and stretches between 50 and 80 miles across. The Sierra is home to 3 national parks and 20 wilderness areas. Within this range, the Sequoia and Kings Canyon area will be where I'm headed for the ever-popular Rae Lakes Loop. At just under 42 miles, it's considered by many to be one of the most beautiful trails in all of the Sierras. Now, due to that popularity, there's a little bit of red tape. You'll need to obtain a wilderness permit when attempting to backpack this trail during the quota season. For 2022, this translates from May 27th to September 17th. There are currently 2 ways to obtain these permits. First, for the fly-by-the-seat-of-your-pants hiker, there is a walk-up permit. They hold aside 10 each day, 5 for clockwise route and 5 for the counterclockwise route, which can be picked up at 1 p.m. the prior day at Roads End Ranger Station, located alongside the trail. Keep in mind, these passes are available for first come, first served, so it's not guaranteed. Also worth noting, unclaimed permits or no-shows will also be made available for the walk-ups. The second option is for the planner or someone who needs to have time off scheduled in advance. This booking can be made up to 6 months in advance with the reservation system on recreation.gov and is limited to 40 each day, 20 for the clockwise route and 20 for the counterclockwise route. Since this is the category I fall into, I'll walk through my experience of that process so you'll know what to expect. In your web browser of choice, launch recreation.gov. If you've already created an account, log in. If not, sign up for an account as this will be required to make a reservation. In the search box, type Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Parks Wilderness Permit and click Search. Click on the Permits section. This pulls up a page with a lot of valuable resources to prepare for this hike. But we're here for a permit, so click on the Explore Available Permits button, which pulls up the key page for your search. In the calendar box, enter the date you wish to do your hike. I usually enter a couple days before so I can see if those days have any availability already. For myself, I'm going to select August 8th. Results will not show until you enter the group size filter, so enter the number of people which will be in your party. The wilderness permits are given for the trailhead. For Rae Lakes Loops, this means Wood Creeks for clockwise or Bubbs Creek for counterclockwise. Each direction promises to be spectacular, but I'm choosing clockwise since the initial ascent will be more gradual. While we're here, let's look at the numbers. A number with a blue background will be listed if the trail has an opening that will fit your party size. It will have a white background if your group is too large, and it'll show a W if all the passes have been booked, indicating that you can get a walk-up pass. Before I hit book, let's review some lessons learned. This trail is extremely popular, and passes can be difficult to obtain. It took me 3 days before I was finally able to secure passes for my trip, so don't get too frustrated if it doesn't work the first time around. Here's a few tips I use which may also be helpful for you. First, the passes get snatched up in seconds during the popular times, so be prepared. Have a recreation.gov account created, know when you would like to go, know your tentative plan for the trail, know your party size, and assume you'll need to book 6 months in advance to the day. Next, the passes open up at 7 a.m. Pacific Coast Time. A trick I used was to open the detailed availability page with the date of my search completed. When the time came around, I clicked the refresh button, entered the group size, clicked on the day and the trail I wanted, and quickly clicked the Book Now button. Now, on 2 separate tries, it looked like it was going to be successful, but received the following error. So deflating. Oh well, I kept at it and was successful eventually, and hopefully you will be too. Number 3. Where you can, be flexible and know it may take a couple attempts. Many try to maximize the weekend to minimize the time off of work. No data to back this up, but I would think a Thursday, Friday, or Saturday start days fill up the fastest. I failed on Thursday and Friday, but was eventually successful on Saturday. In retrospect, I should have also tried for Wednesday since that was the weekday and it worked for me. The last tip I have is a bit of a Hail Mary, but I happened to stumble across it later when testing for this video. When you initially make your reservation, you have 15 minutes to complete the form and move to the payment screen. Now, if that time expires, those passes will be made available again. So if you are not able to get your passes initially, wait 15 minutes and refresh the screen, trying again. You may get lucky if someone's screen had timed out. Let's assume a positive result. Once you click on the Book Now and are successfully approved, you are taken to the Order Details screen. You have 15 minutes to complete your trip details. Enter the permit holder information, which should be defaulted into the screen from your account. If not, complete and move on. The permit holder is required to be present for the entire trip. So, if there's a chance you may not be fully available, enter alternate permit holders. Your entry date is carried forward from the previous screen and cannot be changed. Group size is also carried forward but could be adjusted. I only had the down arrow as an option, so I left it as is. Next, enter your exit point end date. For me it was Bubbs Creek and I am planning on the 4-day trip. Once selected, this will make available the camp area selection. I had been dreaming of this hike for a while now, so I knew roughly of where I would like to camp and entered those into the page. Read and complete the remaining sections and hit Proceed to Cart. Worth noting, your 15 minutes resets when you go to the shopping cart. Triple check the details, and if everything looks correct, click Proceed to Payment, which pulls up the payment info screen. Complete the details and click Next. Assuming everything looks good, click Confirm. Congratulations! You have passes to backpack the Rae Lakes Loop, making you one of the lucky ones. Well, that was my experience with the booking process, along with a few tips I picked up along the way. Hopefully it provides a little value and you have success with your booking. I'll include a link below to the National Park Service website, which contains the latest updates for the trail, along with a list of restrictions you'll need to take into account before hitting the trail. I'll also include links to the recreation.gov where the bookings can be made. Thanks for watching and have a great hike.